pretty remarkable that Tony Hawk became a professional skateboarder at age 14. And that his parents actually supported this decision. Because it was an outlet for his excessive energy. Most kids motivated enough to skate well have the pretty insane drive. At least within specific interests. Not only was Hawk inventing vert skating at 14, but he was also in England, Great Britain. It's where my story begins shirt. That had zero association with illicit substances. It's probably easier to allow your kid to go professional when he's also the brand ambassador for and a legit entrepreneur. Yeah, skating is hard-ass work. As much as any sport, and perhaps more than a lot of them. For a lot of teenagers, I think it's one of the first things they encounter that requires that kind of dedication, and for some of them, it becomes really important. It's a shame that it still has a bit of stigma, but I think in the next 10 to 15 years, as the generation who grew up with pro skater gets into their 40s, it'll fade. Or you could become Jay Adams. England, Great Britain. It's where my story begins shirt. Tank top. V-neck. Ladies' tee for men and women. Tank top. V-neck. To this day, he's still arguably one of pro skating's top influences. It kills him inside that he can't of the tricks he could do when he was 18. Like he knows how to do it, but in his 30s with years of wear and tear, he just can't physically get it done. So now he feels useless and that he's lost a skill that used to be his greatest passion. I forget what podcast it was. I think Novak was on it, and he was definitely messed up even before Dunn's death. Everyone cites that as the breaking point, but he was apparently going on coke and booze binges during Viva La Bam and all that anyway. Yay. Of course. England, Great Britain. It's where my story begins shirt. It was heartbreaking for me as a fan who grew up in the same town as him. A few years younger. Knowing some of his family and friends. Losing friends is never easy. This is not uncommon in terms of losing a skill that was a passion. This is every professional sports player. People get old and lost what made them. Well then, Mike Tyson has a great interview recently about this. You have to become a different person now. Official England, Great Britain. It's where my story begins sweatshirt. Hoodie. Sweatshirt. Hoodie. As someone who slowly transitioned out of pretty rigorous skateboarding as an adult, the lack of that muscle memory is pretty jarring when you step on board again and it's just not there. Came here to just say that England, Great Britain. It's where my story begins shirt. That would be good to skate. I hopped on and pretty much lost all balance for it. When you're young you're all bouncy, and while it hurts it's not so bad. Now when you stack it, you don't bounce. Which is funny as we are usually softer. Lol. And it hurts. I'm a mountain biker rather than a skater. But the idea is the same. It's still worth it, but it reminds me to stay at 80% of my skill level. Rather than 110% like when I was younger. But get back into it, mate. Getting your old school vibe on again is cool. Other products.